Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine and enjoying your e-classes and e-lessons and doing your home tasks with responsibility. I am Saman Ijaz, your English instructor. This video lesson is for grade 3, assignment 13. So students, first of all, let's discuss the tenses. Present tense, past tense, and future tense. Present, something that is happening at the moment. Past, something that already happened. Whereas future, something that will happen. Now, as we have got 3 types of tenses, each of this type of tense has got 4 types. So together it makes 12 types. So first of all, let's have a look at past. We have got simple past tense, the first type, past continuous tense, second, past perfect, and fourth one is past perfect continuous tense. So today we are going to discuss this past continuous tense. Now, before moving towards our topic, let's have a look what is simple past of verb to be. So in past tense, simple past of verb to be always takes was and were. I was happy. She was having fun. They were going to the party. So, we always use was with I, he, she, it. Whereas were is used with you, we, and they. So, as we have discussed this simple past of verb to be, now moving towards our past continuous. What is past continuous basically? Past is something that has already happened. As we are talking about past, something that has already happened, let's make a sentence. I was eating apple. Now, in this sentence, was indicates the past, something that has already occurred. This is the past. This is simple past of verb to be. Whereas eating is the present participle. Apple is the object and I is the subject of the sentence. So, whenever we are talking about past continuous, only was and were will change, whereas the verb will remain the same, that is present participle. Now, let's take another example. Like I already told, I was eating. So when we are writing, she was eating an apple. They were eating an apple. As you can see in these sentences, was and were indicates the past, that is simple past of verb to be, whereas eating remains the same, the present participle form. Now let's make some other sentences for past continuous tense. We were having fun. He was diving. They were playing. All these sentences here indicate the past. That is that all these events have already happened. But here the verb is the present participle, that is same, whereas was, were indicates the past. So students, I hope the concept of past continuous tense is clear. Now moving towards our exercises.
So students, we are done with our past continuous. Now moving towards our exercises. The first page of your assignment, you have to do it on your books, that is Oxford Discover Student Book, page 53. Rest of the pages, you have to do it on your assignment. Part E, read the sentences below. What was going on at Harry's house at 8 am? Underline the sentences. My dad was frying eggs. The bus driver was honking the horn. Read the sentences and underline. Moving towards Part F, learn grammar, past continuous. The past continuous tells what was going on during a time in the past. Use was or were plus a verb ending in ing. As I already told you, past continuous tense always uses was and verb, and the verb, that is the present participle, is being used ending with ing. Like, what were they doing? They were sitting at a table. Were sitting indicates past continuous. Circle the past continuous verb. Sentence 1. What was Sarah doing? She was playing in the park. She was playing in the park. What was Thomas doing before school this morning? He was rides the bus. Was riding. You have to underline was riding or circle was riding. Moving towards Part G. Write sentences about your morning. Use the past continuous tense. Talk about it with your partner. What were you doing this morning? I was eating breakfast. Now, what were you doing this morning? I was eating breakfast with my mom. I was riding my bike. I was doing exercise. In this way, you have to write what were you doing this morning and discuss it with your family members. Moving forward, learn grammar. Part A. Read and learn. Past continuous. Use the past continuous to talk about things that were happening at a certain time in the past. Form the past continuous by putting the past form of be before the main verb and adding ing to the end of the main verb. Affirmative, negative, questions and short answers. The first of all, we are going to read about affirmative. We have to use was with I, he, she, it. Like, I was looking. Negative, similarly as I already told you, was is used with I, he, she, it. I wasn't looking. Then for question, similarly we are going to use was with I, he, she and it. Was I looking? Short answers. Similarly you have to use I, he and she, it with was. Like, yes, I was. Moving down, we use were with you, we and they. Like, you were looking. For negative, similarly, weren't is used or were not is used with you, we and they. You weren't looking. For questions, were you looking? Yes, you were. No, you weren't. Remember, ride. How are we going to make it into a present participle? By removing e and adding ing. Riding. Agree, we are simply going to add ing. Tie, we are going to remove I and e, replace it with y, and then write ying. Tying. For shop, double the consonant. That is consonant is P, we are going to double it and then add ing. Shopping. Now let's put them into our exercises. Complete the sentences, use the correct forms of the past continuous. The sun, how are we going to write? The sun, and then in parentheses we have got shine. The sun was shining. Moving to our second sentence. Two birds, blank, parentheses we have got sit in the tree. Two birds were sitting in the tree. As we have got two birds, it is the plural form, so we are going to use were. Part C. Complete the conversation with was, wasn't, were, weren't. Lisa. What happened in the story? Blank. Robbie looking for two beetles. Now how are we going to write? What happened in the story? Was Robbie looking for two beetles? Then Ben, no he wasn't. He was looking for two grasshoppers. In this way we have to complete sentences using was, wasn't, were and weren't. I hope you are able to attempt the next sentences.
Page 26. D. Listen and check.
What happened in the story? Was Robbie looking for two beetles?
No, he wasn't. He was looking for two grasshoppers.
Was Robbie's dad working in the kitchen?
No, he wasn't. He was watering the plants in the garden.
Was Robbie's little sister playing in the garden?
Yes, she was. And the grasshoppers were sitting on a leaf.
Moving towards our part F. Complete Ella's notes. Use the past continuous forms of the words in the box. Ella is making notes. Who broke the window? We have got words here in our box. Not watch, not water. Make, read, not play, not wash, do, kick. Now we are going to read the sentences. Mom, blank, the flowers this morning. How are we going to write? Mom was not watering or wasn't watering the flowers this morning. Then she blank a cake. She was making a cake. In this way, where there is not, we are going to use wasn't or weren't according to the sentence. I hope you are able to attempt the next sentences. Moving to our grammar in use. Part A. Study the grammar. Learn past continuous. I was sitting in the grass. They were eating lunch together. Then sun wasn't shining. Was she walking? So here we have got affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences. Moving towards our part B. Look and write. Yesterday. As it is yesterday, it is past, so we are going to use past tense for it. Now the first one is done for us. She was sitting in the grass in the thicket. Now how are we going to write? For the second sentence, the grasshopper not sleep. So how are we going to write? The grasshopper was not sleeping in the grass, or the grasshopper wasn't sleeping in the grass. For third sentence, we have got the boy blank a poem and not write. So how are we going to write it? The boy was not or wasn't writing a poem. I hope you are able to attempt the next three. Moving towards our part C. Complete the chart, then write one more verb in the present and in the past continuous. So here we have got a chart. First of all, we have got run in the present. For past continuous, how are we going to write? Was running. And then you can see down, we have got written in the past continuous column, was jumping. So what is the present form? Jump. In this way, you have to write for fly and was buzzing. For fly, you have to write the past continuous form, and for was buzzing, you have to write the present form. And then you have to make a verb, like you can use stop, was stopping, drink, was drinking. Give an example of any verb, write its present form and then the past continuous form. Moving towards our part D. Look, read and check. Was the kangaroo hopping? Was the kangaroo hopping? So we have got A, yes it was. B, no it wasn't. We are going to take yes it was. A. Were they writing poems? As you can see in the picture, they are not writing poems, they are trying to catch butterflies. So how are we going to do it? Yes they were. B, no they weren't. So we are going to take B, no they weren't. I hope you are able to attempt the next two. Moving towards our part E. Rewrite the sentences in the past continuous. The first one is done for us. The butterfly flies through the air. We have rewritten the sentence. The butterfly was flying through the air. For second sentence, the sun is shining. How are we going to change it into past continuous form? We are going to use was. The sun was shining. In the third sentence, the kangaroo leaps in the air. The kangaroo was leaping in the air. I hope you are able to attempt the last one. So students, this was the end of our part 2. So now moving towards your home task. Your first home task is that you have to do all the exercises of past continuous tense. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will meet you next time with another very interesting and amazing video. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.